if there was no HIV and AIDS as well, which is a scam as well, but equality is just a mirage that they give to the people. Talk about the Star of David, the COVID-19. It was engineered.
Yeah, it was
Then,
engineered. Shout out to Elon Musk.
The innocent people actually, they died there. The All Money family, there's the secret meetings, sitting in the round table. But All Money also depends on new money.
Ayo! Same energy, same vibe, same everything, same positivity, same spirit. What it do? If this is your part one, you should recap. Headband. I'm just gonna comb my hair. So what role do family legacy, tradition, and social responsibility play in old money families?
So, like, the role that they play, the whole family.
Yeah.
It's, to think about it, it's they always try to uphold, towards their reputation.
Yeah.
Because reputation for them, it's something that is major. Because they want to sustain, their legacy, from generation to generation. That is why when I look at the old money, they do have this culture. Should I call it? The word culture, that's why it comes from the word cult, actually comes from culture. So they do have the culture that, how to uphold, like they are first, like, reputable, to have a reputation, towards the society. I don't know, based on my perception, I see it as like they want to get a validation, to show that they are, people who are giving back to the community. By doing some kind of social activities, like philanthropy. They'll go to developing countries. They contribute, offering some aids and helps where there's probably, wars, for disaster relief as well. They do also contribute as well to the education system. As we continue with this, I'm going to explain such families also contribute to such, pharmaceutical, the education system as well, the hands-on, in the like different kinds of cooperation as well, bringing different kinds of programs, for employment, job opportunities, as we see it from the economic perspective, like actually. So they put actually their name, in everything, and everywhere, so that they can also be, recognized. But also, there's this division as well amongst the whole family. There are those, of course, who are putting their name there, your De Beer as well. As you know, that they are a well-renowned family, especially in South Africa, the Rhodes family as well. They've also entered in a lot of, markets, and in a lot of actually things such as the infrastructure, when it comes to the mining as well. Their names actually are put there, but the others actually prefer to keep it discreet. Rather they establish actually probably an institution, but they're not using their name, but they're just giving a shit to the community. But only the people who are in the upper tier, they know very well that who actually came with the Chase Manhattan, for example, bank. It's not like Chase Manhattan, of course, but it's going to be the Rockefeller, who actually came with it.
Put the island in.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how actually they uphold, their reputation, and they continue actually with their legacy.
And also, how do old money families adapt to changing times and economic conditions?
Yeah. So how do they adapt in that? So the old money, as I said, this is the people who always try by all means to sustain their wealth, to sustain their name. So they're always actually ahead of time. I'm going to make an example about the Rockefeller, which is the Rockefeller.
Shout out to Rockefeller. I'm just gonna come my head.
So when it comes to the Mr. John Rockefeller, who's the founder of the dynasty, there's like a very family that came from the improvised background in Frankfurt in Germany. But it's Frankfurt in Germany. So but
it's the biggest airport there.
Yeah. But you're seen actually as a futurist, because when oil itself was not seen as valuable 200 years ago, it was just seen as like a rare not a rare, but not like invaluable actually mineral or resource at that time. But him could be able to purchase, the oil banks, in a cheaper price. As if he knew actually what's going to happen in the future. That is going to be in high demand. When they enter, into the industrialization, where using the machineries, where they required actually the oil. They came with the railway as well, part of transportation as well. Where people at that time, they didn't actually see an opportunity in that. The whole family, they are always opportunistic. They're always thinking ahead, what's going to happen in the future.
Talk about
You
the
know,
old families now.
All money.
All money,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's say all money.
Okay, yeah, old family, old money.
Let's say all money.
Money.
All money. Let's stick on that.
Yeah.
That's the concept today.
Mhm.
So the all money, it looks like they know very well, what's going to happen in the future. Sometimes I become so curious if they do have this secret books, that already predicted what's going to actually happen, what's going to be in high demand, in the future, where people, they can be able to, like really become wealthy, make money, and sustain actually their wealth, like you see. So that's why at the time when actually oil, people, they didn't regard it as valuable. But in decades later, that's when now oil was in high demand. That's when they could be able to control those cutters of oils. So those cutters of oils now, they want to expand actually their, you know, that dynasty in the oil industry. So they're going to do? They're going to do some philanthropy work to countries where they see that there's a potential of oil. You have your Iran, your Iraq, your Yemen, those kind of countries. Then that's when now, if the government actually doesn't want to give away with that oil, with that resource, then that's when actually things are going to turn sour. The genocides that they're going to actually orchestrate, to take it by force. We know, like, the the in the Bush administration, what happened when Bush actually was a president. Because the Rockefeller, actually, that the managers of the Americans, what they did actually to the Iran, the innocent people, actually, they died there. And the war, that myriads of people, they died because of, they just wanted this resource of oil, to own their oil cattle, in those countries which they do have oils like that, you see. So we have seen history, how they get the resources. It's all by force, so they can be able to sustain that dynasty. But how actually they can see in the future, they know very well, because they play their game right. They do have advisors as well, to tell them actually what's going to be needed, like in the future. But these are the families as well, that the all money families, they always gather all the time. They have the secret meetings, sitting in the round table, to say predict, or what to plan actually, what to come in the future. For example, I'm going to make an example about the COVID-19. It is not something that happened by it wasn't an accident.
Yeah, it was planned.
It was engineered.
Yeah, it was
Like that,
engineered.
It was engineered. It was like engineered.
Yeah.
Your HIV and AIDS as well. Those
Yep,
kind of
yep.
things are engineered. It's because there's also Johnson & Johnson, the pharmaceutical industries in the whole money family.
Can you imagine now we also have when we got injected, Johnson and the Pfizer and stuff. So
that's why now
everything
you
is
see
like,
that those vaccines was a mind-making scheme. If there's a COVID-19, the Johnson & Johnson or those pharmaceutical dynasties, they didn't make money, right? If there's no HIV and AIDS as well, which is a scam as well, then the ARV pharmaceutical companies also don't make money. So all those were like a money-making scheme of how actually they want to make money, like they see.
Yeah.
So as if they predict these things, but they know very well actually what to plan. They're planning actually, and that's why we say that they're controlling the world, because they know very well what actually to put, like in the future. They know very well that in 5 years' time from now,
people's pockets.
how they can be able to sustain their money on that, by coming up with different things like that. You see, that's why also the oil cartel as well. It is something that the Rockefeller will always really bring close to their heart, because that's the legacy.
In their pockets, of course.
So the
continues their old money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're having forever old money. I don't feel like, even if there's an a new, maybe
Yeah.
there's some introduction of new money in their way. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't see it. It's
Yeah.
always gonna be old money.
Yeah.
And how do you think, like, how does old money interact with new money, and what tensions or conflicts can arise between them?
Yeah. Old money,
How do the two clash?
new money,
Yeah,
they of course do clash because
Yeah.
this is all the better. Because also the sad thing about the old money as well.
Mhm.
So there's this hierarchy, but even though amongst the old money, there's someone who wants to be above the other. Even though it looks like they're working together, but also they always a clash actually within the old money. But of course, because they're controlling everything, we can never see anything. So we can never see anything. So when the new money comes, there's going to be that sort of intimidation as well. We've seen, people trying to establish their own, like their new money, the second generation, their dynasty. But, the second or the third generation, then, it just, they just obliterate it by through, sabotage, of some sort, then it is once upon a time, there was this family or this dynasty that existed only for, let's say, 50 years, then, however, it ceased to exist now. So, but old money also depends on new money. Just going to make an example.
Yeah.
The new money. Last time we spoke about, you mentioned about Elon Musk.
yeah.
The new
Hey,
money.
shout out to Elon. Shout out to Elon Musk.
Yeah. There's your Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So the new money actually is the people who are, whenever you go to a Google Chrome, they're always mentioned as like the top 10 richest people in the world.
Yeah.
Because the top 10 public, public figures actually in the world, So, but that one is not accurate. It speaks about the new money. So that's why sometimes when people they see that, they say Elon Musk is the richest person, that's the new money. That's what you have to bear in mind. Like that, you see. So, but the new money, they're dependent for them to become new money to the old money, because whatever projects they carry, they go make a proposal to the old money. So the old money, they invest on that. When
So
they
the
invest on
old
that,
money invest in new
Yeah.
new coming up money,
Yeah.
or the coming up new money.
Yeah.
Oh no, the new money come up.
Yeah.
They invest in that,
Yeah.
so that they actually inherit and make more from them
They make more of
before
it.
the new money betters
Yeah.
give back to the new money.
That's how it is. So that's how actually it is. That's the new money. They always depend on them. So also the old money they depend on each other. So because if, as you said, that there's no old money, it means that also there's no new money, rather.
There's no new money.
Yeah.
Oh,
So actually, okay, not per se, but old money also needs to sustain their wealth through new money. Okay, let me put it in that way. It is because
they need to sustain their wealth through new money.
Yeah.
Because without new money,
because they invest in new money, whatever projects they come with,
do you think
whatever
if it
proposals
was,
they give.
oh well, I think without new money, the world would be in debt.
Yeah.
We actually need that.
We do to a certain extent. We do to a certain extent, like you speak about evolution. Now we living in the digital space, right?
Yeah.
We see what like the Amazon does with Jeff Bezos, the Telstar what it does to, with your Elon Musk as well.
Shout out to Elon Musk. Every time you're gonna say shout out to Elon Musk.
shout out to Elon Musk. I hope that will get to you as well. Yeah, and really, it's they use such, your okay, there is, like those families of the new money, the second, third, generation, and they're still trying to, sustain, also to get to the, to be seen as the old money as well. Yeah. So, they interdepending on each other, I could say, because the old money also for their project to be successful, for their investment to be sustainable, they actually invest on the old money. They see that, okay, this is a project that can bring me, sustainability. But the new money also, they need to kneel to the old money to say, please, fund my project, so that this project can be a success. So they need each other. They need each other. So this one needs funding, so they can be able to get the resources, so they can be able to get exposure, to like information, research, whatever, like they want to do, so that their project can be launched.
Yeah,
and
it can be a success.
Yeah.
Back to the new money.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But also the secret about the old money family, those who just want to be discreet, they don't want to show their names. For example, the Rothschild. I'm just going to make an example with it. The name the Rothschild, it's actually the original name is the Bura family.
Bura
It's
family.
Bura family.
Is it the Burra or how do you?
Yeah, it's Baure, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to reconfirm as well. Yeah,
Check.
Baure.
The Bura.
Yeah, family. But then since also they stayed in Germany, the ghettos, then they had like a red shield in their doorpost that is called rot, which is a bait. Then like shields, like which is the red shield. The red shield means that it is the Rothschild. That's why when I spoke about the Star of David, the city us, that's the red actually a light in the sky. That when they practice their rituals, they always actually towards it.
Yeah.
Which is like from the Dogon tribe of Mali. Yeah, and the Rockefeller also is the Rockefeller. The Rockefeller, however, they came, then they call themselves the Rockefeller. But they just want to be discreet. They don't want to show their actual name. That's why sometimes also when they establish this new money, sometimes they do it in secret, establishing the new money. We think that is the new money. But these people, they are so related. They wouldn't be surprised that the new money also, we say it's the new money, but they come from the same dynasty. But they just want to spread all the time like that. But they just want to keep secret, to bring this confusion to the people so that they don't want this, to become, to become like outstanding to the public. They just want to keep it secret. So whatever activities they do, then they can, do in different names like this.
Yeah.
So
I feel you. And
Yeah.
another thing now, so what are some ethical considerations surrounding the old money, such as issues of inequality, privilege, and power? Yeah. So like, what are some ethical considerations surrounding the old money?
Yeah. Because as majority of the people, we do have this preconceived notion of the whole money when it comes to inequality. Speaking about inequality,
Power.
inequality. I'm just going to use the concept of politics, imperialism. That the
And we
rich
just
get
voted,
richer.
right? Which party won? It's okay. We'll come back on that.
We'll talk about that. We're talking for another time. About the scheme of politics.
Yeah,
But
politics.
anyway, So politics, they use this when you study about Marxism, Leninism as well, and capitalism. So there's this thing of imperialism. Imperialism, that's like, to put it simple, is inequality. We have to use it to to the normal civilians, the civilians. Inequality is that the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. With whatever project that they carry, they always want to make sure that they are creating this classism.
Okay. It has
Because
to be
so that's why when you speak
pyramidic.
about so that's why when you think about equality is just a mirage that they give to the people. They say that they want equality for everyone.
It's hope for everyone.
It's really telling you something that will never actually come. Telling you that this will come one day. There's going to be equality.
Together we get.
It's just like a phantom that they instill to the people's mind that there's going to be equality. But the whole money, they don't want to create equality. That's the
They just want it to govern.
They want to govern. That's why they just want to be in the apex of the pyramid. Like in the apex, to control like everything. Control like everything that you could think about. The education system. Going to school, to make you to become a good employee. To become a good and you become so obedient. To your superiors. Or if you don't do that, then they might
It's just
put
the
some
system. They just
fear
want
in you, feed you with fear like that. So and you think about a lot of sectors that's surrounding us. That's why.
Even where you're working right now, it's still the same.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. That's how it is. So they created that corporate structure as well, hierarchy.
Banting.
Yeah, look at all the structures that exist in the world. There's no actually circle structure, which is everything is equality, right?
Yeah.
But it's all about hierarchy. It's all about hierarchy. Like you can go everywhere you could think about. Hierarchy is always there. That's why it means that as long as there's hierarchy in all the structures, it means that these people, they are always actually demoting these concepts of equality. So they might preach it to the people, but they're just giving you this false hope that there's going to be equality. But the practice, however, they see something different. Different from the concept that they've established actually to get the total control of the people.
Yes.
So
just define the word for us. What is philanthropy?
Philanthropy, just to put it simple, I'm just going to put it like as basic,
brief
simple as possible. I don't want to be sophisticated with this.
Because we're
or
gonna
diplomatic.
dive in.
Yeah. So philanthropy is like, giving back to the community. That's actually what it means. Philanthropy work, helping, the under like underdeveloped or still developing countries, the third world countries, mostly, that's where we find philanthropy work actually, it's really where they need like some assistance when it comes to, like aids, such as, food, when they speak about, like other people or other countries, actually, they have a scarcity of food, which also it's another concept from another day, which is quite a lie, where they say they need actually medical assistance as well, which also is quite a lie as well, so philanthropy work, it looks like it's good from the outer perspective. When you look at from the outer perspective, that they're giving back to the poor, they are doing some disaster relief, think about the fundings that they gave. But philanthropy work, that's when the whole money actually benefit the most. That's where they benefit the most. It is because when they enter the country doing the philanthropy work, signing with the government or the president of the country, then that's why now they capture that country. They can be able to get those resources now. They get actually whatever they want to get actually within the country. Like we've seen recently about how Bill Gates in the space of 15 years, from 2003 to 2018, about his philanthropy work of bringing this type of vaccine. Then, women give birth, to strange children with two heads, and, because he wanted to do that kind of experiment. But really it helped and it benefited him a lot, compared to the Indian society, because the government of India, it just also, looked at their pockets, without considering actually the people like that, so depopulating the people as well. Philanthropy work, the backfire for it to the developing countries is because they always have to be dependent. They always have to learn to be dependent actually of their master. It doesn't teach them actually to stand up and depend on themselves, to get a solution, to think actually what is the way actually that you can get a solution, like, find a solution within the problem that we are facing. And it's always actually oppressing the people. But from the outer perspective, I know whatever I say right now, a lot of you could think, okay, this is like really a voodoo. Or, what I'm saying, it's really,
it's really vague.
and unorthodox as well. But there's a sad reality behind actually philanthropy. Philanthropy, because also the old money, what they do, as they stipulate this law, is we call tax avoidance. There's as they stipulate the law that the richer you are, the more tax actually you have to give, right? But there's something called tax avoidance. Running away actually from tax.
Because most of our rich people, you don't pay tax, and that's smart. That's what we need to learn. How to avoid the tax avoidance.
There's two different things. There's a thin line between there's tax invasion, then there's tax avoidance. Tax avoidance, that's when you do philanthropy work. You do what is good to the society. You do good to the people. Giving back to the community. Because you could think that the money that I should pay for tax is quite a lot, but I can just give a fraction, to the society. But if that also, it's part of business for the whole money, because they generate, and like quite a lot actually from that philanthropy work, their name as well. As I spoke about reputation, to them it's really a lot. It means a lot to them. They establish different kinds of foundation, like in their name, and in the name of the organization as well. But there's tax invasion. That's when now, you truly actually going against the law of tax when you're supposed to pay tax. That's why you're surprised that a millionaire or like a billionaire, even amongst the new money, because most of them, whenever they go to the industry, they don't get advice, and then they just really don't know how to pay tax. Then you're surprised that this person is owing 300 million rand of tax. But how come? But this person has been generating a lot of money.
He's a billionaire.
He's probably whatever activities they're doing, a sports person, an athlete, a musician, or in arts and culture, which most of the victims, of tax invasion actually are found there. So. Yeah,
I feel you, man. And I understand you're a very busy man, bro. I'm out. Peace out.
And any questions you do have, you can just comment there.
On the comment down below.
Then we can be able to, get back to, the concept about money.
That's what he do. That's how it goes. Bless you.